Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock. So guys, I was able to get to one of your emails today, and sorry guys, and I am sorry for those that are still lingering, but I will get to them. I really will. It's just taking me some time to really get around to the emails, but I'm going to address this one today because I really felt like it was one that needs to be addressed, and that is spiritual attacks. So I had a guy email me. Thank you for your email. In regards to spiritual attacks and what is spiritual attacks. And here's my response to you, my friend. I think first and foremost, you need to go into prayer and ask God to let you know is what you're going through. Is that really an attack, or is that something that He is just requiring you to do and cut off in your life? Is he killing your flesh and it feels like attack from Satan? Because sometimes we want to think that every time we go through a storm it's always from Satan, and sometimes it's not. It's just God pulling you from certain things in order to really strengthen you and to get you in preparation to where He's taking you. But in regards to a spiritual attack, what I will say is this. Whew, listen. And you have different attacks, first of all. So you can be going through a financial attack. Because see, one thing Satan will do first, a lot of the times, is he will attack your finances. And a lot of people's going through that right now. Fortunately, I'm not, but I've been there before. He will attack your finances because that's one of those areas where, if your finances aren't right, everything around you start to kind of fall. You may be supporting family, you may have mortgages and all that stuff. So if he attacked your finances, he can really, really stress you out. And once he stresses you out, what happens? That stress starts to, pour over to other areas in your lives, into your family, into just everything around you. So like you're constantly under this mind attack, like you're worrying, your mind is spinning in circles. It's like you're almost potentially about to lose your mind. Sometimes is what it feels like. And so what happens is you keep spinning your wheel and spinning your mind because you're trying to figure this thing out. Like, oh my God, how am I going to pay for my mortgage? How am I going to pay for the kids' school? And like, the bad thing about it is that when one attack happens, sometimes another one will come right behind it. So here you're dealing with a spiritual, financial attack. But then now you might be dealing with a health issue, or someone in your family is dealing with a health issue or a diagnosis, so now you got finances, now you got health. So at some point it will become so heavy that you become so weary. And that is the trick of the enemy. The whole means of spiritual attacks is to really get you at your lowest point in hopes of you giving up on yourself and even sometimes on your life. That's why spiritual attacks are so dangerous. And to you, my strong friends, raising my own hand, my strong friends, please, if you're going through any spiritual attacks, I know you probably don't like to ask for help because normally you have the answers. And truth be told, many times when you go to ask others for the answers, they can't give them to you because it's almost like they're looking at you like, well, I don't know, because you always have the answers. So my strong friends, I'm going to tell you, whatever you do, you have to still reach out for help. That can be just a spiritual mentor. Go on YouTube, watch some videos, worship, 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 worship. Worship is one of those keys where I personally have realized recently that it will really get you back online. It will get your spirit back filled. So turn on some worship music, whoever your thing is, or what songs you like, or however you worship God. Keep worshiping. Just keep thanking Him. Don't even focus on the problem. Just keep thanking Him from everything that's going great. Because during those spiritual attacks, Satan is literally trying to have you focus on everything that's going wrong. And there are some things going right. Like you may be behind on the mortgage, but guess what? You still currently have a roof over your head for that day. So thank Him for what is going right. But whatever you do, please do not isolate yourself, because that happens a lot of times with strong people, because again, it's almost like your pride is in the way and you don't even know how to ask for help, because again, you're the one that always have the answers, and everyone else comes to you. So you got to find some worship music or whatever your thing is. Find that one friend that you have who you know is that praying friend or that praying family member or that praying spouse, that person that you know who can really go to battle and pray. Because see, if you're really being attacked, and if you're at your lowest point, sometimes you don't even have the strength to even muster up and pray. If we're going to be real, like sometimes those attacks can have you so low. Like all you want to do is just waddle in your pity. And again, that's the trick of the enemy. He wants to get you alone so he can keep replaying all the stuff in your head in hopes of putting you into a deep depression. Even if you're not someone who deals with depression on the regular, that's his hope. So eventually you can just feel like it's too much and you ultimately give up. So please get to that praying person. Even if your pride is in the way and you don't want to tell them everything you're going through, just ask them to pray for your strength, for your protection, for your clarity, for your direction. Ask them to pray. This is a time you're going to really have to move your pride aside because Satan is trying to really take you out, like for real, for real. So again, attacks can come in so many areas, financial, mental, like for myself, financial attacks are bad, like they're bad, like for real. But what I learned years and years ago when I went through my financial attack is that God will you will never go without. It may come at the last minute, but you will never, ever, ever go without. But like I said in one of my other recordings is your biggest challenge during a financial attack is going to be not to fall into temptation. Let it be going back to that old lifestyle, were you a dope dealer, like whatever? Are you thinking about stealing out of the store because your children are hungry? So Satan will put all these crazy thoughts into your mind, right? And it's going to really be about your faith. And it's going to come down sometimes to the last minute, even the last second before God comes through. And it's not like God is punishing you and trying to make you suffer until the last minute. He want to really see how much you're going to trust him. So this light bill is due tomorrow and it's cold outside and your kids are in the house and you don't have money for this light bill tomorrow at 5 o'clock. So you spend all day long from the time you open your mouth stressing about this light bill, right? Because we're human. You're stressing about this light bill all day long. So now that energy is falling off on other people. Like you got other things from that day that are just pounding and pounding and pounding and adding up and adding up and adding up on top of the light bill that's about to be due. And so now you're just freaking out even more because it's just not about the light bill now. It's about everything. And so now somebody's going to call you at 3:45 with some nonsense and some temptation. And you're like, okay, light's going to be off 5 o'clock. It's 3:45. I'm going to have to take this temptation. Don't touch it. Do not touch it. If you touch it, you're going to set yourself way back because you're not proving your faith. And sometimes when you're going through those attacks, like it's almost hard to have faith. Like, you need to have faith, but it's almost like, Lord, where are you? Like, where are you? And so sometimes, guess what? When those lights are due to be cut off at 5 o'clock, guess when God will come through? Guess when God will come through? 4:59. 4:59. And something may happen. It might be a glitch in the system where they skip your home for that day. It may be the person who comes to turn off your lights and you went to school with him and he's going, like, it could be anything. It might be that person who owed you money from 3 years ago who's going to call you at the last minute to say, hey, I got your money now. Like, it's all about proving that you trust God even to the very last minute. And once he sees that you trust him to that extent, sorry, God, this phone's going crazy. Once you trust him to that extent, that is when he will start to open more and more doors, because it's really about building your faith. So again, sometimes it's not even a spiritual attack. It's about building your faith. So financial attacks, emotional attacks are really, really bad for strong people mentally. because like he it's almost like torture because it's almost like Satan wanted to be like, okay, oh, you want to be so strong, you want to have all this faith, you want to do this, I'm going to torture you. So like emotionally everything will go wrong. You will be going through strife within your family, from friends, like people don't like you, you losing your job, like you're just all messed up emotionally. You're one emotional basket case, and you're just at your lowest moment, and you're just like, I don't know what to do with my life. And Satan's right there in your ear. Yeah, you fool. You want to trust God, and now look at you now. Look at you now, fool. But you got to get up. You got to speak to those voices. You got to take authority over those voices. Call your strong friends, your praying friends. Get on YouTube, listen to some worship music, and you just keep trusting God, because he will come through. He will come through. But again, sometimes we allow that storm to linger ourselves because we don't seek the message. I always say that there's a message in every single storm. If it's a financial storm, what's the message? Are you living outside of your means? Are you what is the message? Have God asked you to start a certain business or a certain ministry? What is the message on why you're going through that spiritual storm? Are you helping people and taking care of people that God has told you not to? So it's different reasons, but seek the message within the storm to figure it out. God, what is it that you need me to get? What am I need to be receiving now? So I hope this helps someone, but whatever your spiritual attack is, please, 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 please do not give up. Do not give up, because even for the most strong people, in their faith, like they will tell you those attacks are no joke. So if you're dealing with somebody who is, much more mature in their walk, or they have like a solid foundation of faith, and if they can sit here and tell you that it's no joke, then think about the individuals who are maybe just starting off, in their walk and their journey. So, but you got this. You're equipped. You're anointed. You are covered. You are protected. Just don't fall into temptation. If you feel yourself getting into that, that mood of depression, get up, open those blinds, get up out that house, call your strong friends, your praying friends, get around some people who can pour into you, speak to those voices, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. Please message me. I'll be in your ear all day long. So I hope this helps someone. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.